Is Fiverr really the golden ticket to starting voiceover? Absolutely not. And if your coach is telling you otherwise, they're lying to you. And I'm going to tell you in this video exactly why. Now, first of all, how do I have the authority to tell you if Fiverr works or not? Over 7 years, I actually did get my start very briefly on Fiverr. Over 7 years, I've done like 520 something jobs on there and made just over $50,000. That's 7 years. That equates to, I think, about $7,000 a year, which is nothing in voiceover. That's not even minimum wage. You'd be better off getting on a pay-to-play site, going to get a minimum wage job and just working to pay for the pay-to-play sites and then getting on one of those. On Fiverr, the average job on there, I think the stat was $35 a job. Now, that's not even saying how many words you're gonna speak. I think that's like $35 per like 1,000 words or something like that. Now, don't get it twisted here. Like, I am on Fiverr, and I'll be honest about that. But I'm only on there for you guys, so I can keep up with the platform and see if they've changed anything to actually make it a viable way. Now, many years ago, 7 years ago, when I first got my start, I got started on there, and I was doing like $5 voiceovers for 1,000 words. I did it to get some experience in editing, and also because I was ignorant. I didn't know what kind of money you could actually make in voiceover. Much like yourself, I was watching YouTube coaches tell me that's the best place to go, and you can make like $30, $40, $50,000 a month, which is total bullshit for most people. Are there some people making a lot of money on Fiverr? Yeah, they started ages ago. And the way that it works is that once you start getting hits on your gig, it stays on the front page. And as long as you're only doing Fiverr and you're there all the time, either you're doing it really bottom barrel prices or you got some repeat clients and you got some heat and you're continuing to go, like, you're not gonna make much at all, especially if you're brand new. Here's the thing, when the pandemic hit, everybody jumped on Fiverr. Everybody with a bunch of USB mics and anybody that thought they could make it viable in a way to make some money from home. They quickly found out that it wasn't really gonna work out for them. But the problem with the whole thing is you're not really competing with them, you're competing with visibility. So you've got thousands and thousands and thousands and tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of voice actors on Fiverr. And Fiverr hasn't figured out a way to put the people that are the best on the top. So it's just kind of cyclically goes through them all. And then people that get a bunch of orders, they kind of stay on the top. So if you're starting out today, post-pandemic, you're gonna be on one of the back pages. It's almost impossible to get a start on there. Now, if you want to get a start on Fiverr because it's free and you think you're gonna get into this business and for the minimum amount that you can spend, more power to you. Get on there, make a profile, set it and forget it. And focus on the sites that you're actually gonna get auditions on and work with a coach to actually improve. You know, a lot of people say when you get on a pay-to-play site, I was actually just responding to somebody on one of my YouTube videos saying that you're competing against, you know, over 100 other people that may audition for a job. Well, what do you think you're gonna be competing against when you get an audition, a real one, from your agent? When I got Backroad Truckers, they told me I'd beat out tens of thousands of other voice actors, not hundreds. It's not easy anywhere in terms of you're just gonna get an audition and get a job. The only thing that you can ensure will help you get a job is if you're working on your skills. You can't just game the system and send out cold emails and get a job, or jump on Fiverr or Upwork and set bottom barrel prices and think that's gonna be it, and bam, all of a sudden you're gonna take some YouTuber's course for Fiverr and you're gonna make $10,000 a month. If you do, awesome. Let me know in the comments if you've done it and I will gladly pay you for the information. Hell, come teach in my community. But for most people, it's just not gonna happen. It's not viable. That's more of like a gambling way of starting voiceover. The thing that's gonna really get you ahead, like I said, is being competitive. Getting your reads to a top level. You know, there are some people that are so good at voiceover that they barely need to audition because they're so good, they're gonna beat out everyone else. That's not a natural ability. They worked at that. Maybe some people might have a little bit of a head start because in a past life they were, an earlier life before they got into voiceover, they were teachers, public speakers. Myself, I was a comedian for 10 years. I was constantly taking things that I wrote and saying them every night like they were coming off the top of my head. That's almost all the way to voiceover. So, you know, if you really want to do this, work on your reading skills, get with a good coach. And I'm not even trying to plug myself here. Get with any good coach who's working, ask for proof that they're working, what they're making, and do everything they tell you to do. Fiverr is like, it's like the fast food of the voiceover industry. You go in there, you get started, and you're just gonna feel like shit afterwards. And you can be frustrated and wondering why you're gaining weight and getting no nutrition. I don't know if that made sense, but that's my take on it. And just to go back to when I said that I made $50,000 in 7 years, you're gonna hear that 50,000 and you're gonna think that's a lot. I will make more than that in 1 year just on voices.com alone. Way more than that. And that's just one small piece of the puzzle. So why waste your time? I think an argument that a lot of people, when they get into this, they think that, okay, well, they're new and they want to do like an entry-level job in voiceover. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. As soon as you start doing voiceover, you're against me and everybody else at my level or above. I am not the best at voiceover. I'm pretty damn good. I've worked at my skills for a long time, but there's people who crush me and you're against them as soon as you start doing this. And that's not to dishearten you. That's to tell you how important it is to work on your skills, not just to go and get a USB mic, plug it into your computer and start trying to do, 10,000 word audiobooks for $5 or whatever it is on Fiverr. It's easier just to go get a part-time job and then pay for the pay-to-play sites and your demos and all the things that you're going to need to be able to get on voices.com, Voice123 at the highest level that you can afford. I recommend the 888. Get a professional demo, get a website, get a bunch of agents. That's simplified, but it really is that simple. That's, in my opinion, the best way to go about it. And I'd love for somebody to try and prove me wrong. It's worked wonders, and I'm very transparent with my information. That's literally what I do. It's worked for a lot of my students as well. In my community, there's a section where it says booking and success stories. It's just like 8 pages of just booking. Got my first job on voices.com, got my first job on Voice123, over and over, showing people that it can still be done on these sites. You just have to work on your skills. And with Fiverr, part of the frustration, and Upwork as well, apparently Upwork, I've heard that you can get some auditions on there. I don't know a whole lot about it, but like I said, people are going to these sites like Fiverr and Upwork to get a deal, to get bottom barrel prices. They're gonna drive you down. But Fiverr, you can't audition at all. So what do? You make your profile and you wait and just get frustrated? No, like I said, set it, forget it if you really must make one, but that's not where your career is ultimately going to go. Now, you can get in the game right away just buying in on Voices and Voice123, and then working towards getting that professional demo once your skills are on par. So I just see it as the biggest waste of time if you're not even gonna be on those sites eventually anyway. And like I said, the only reason I'm still on Fiverr is just so I can pay attention. So if anything changes, I can let you guys know right away, because I'm here to help you. That's it. I'm not here to shame anybody. I'm not here to, be like, don't do Fiverr, you're terrible. I'm just telling you the honest to God truth here. If you get on there, it's up to luck. It's up to chance. And if it works out for you, great. But if it doesn't, don't even think about it. Don't get frustrated and just get onto these pay-to-play sites. Get a demo going. Get an agent. Get multiple agents. World domination. That's what you're looking at. Get into the competitive areas of voiceover. That's where you make the most money. And to put it in perspective, in order to make the amount of money on Fiverr that I would make on voices.com in 1 year, we're talking I would have to do $35 jobs. Like, I don't know, let's find out how many that would be. I'll pull up my calculator. And my rate on Fiverr, because I'm on Fiverr Pro, I don't charge less than $100. But when I started out, it was, like I said, around $5, and then I upped it from there. From 50,000 over 7 years and 522 jobs, the average booking rate was about $80. So if we take, let's say I make 60,000 a year on voices.com, divided by $80 is, I would have to do 750 Fiverr jobs at $80 in 1 year. I haven't even done over 500 in 7 years on Fiverr. You see what I'm saying? And for me to get $60,000 worth of jobs on voices.com, that's not 750 jobs. That's with my average booking ratio. Let's see here. 60,000 divided by my average booking ratio is like 150 jobs. So it's just simple math. Why waste your time? In closing, just in the gist of this, the reason you're seeing a lot of coaches online saying that, Fiverr is the best place to start. You need entry-level jobs and all that. They're trying to get you a quick win. They're trying to get you a quick win so that you feel good. They feel like they've done a job. They're coaching you in the right direction, but it's garbage advice. It's not going to get you anywhere. What you really want to do is just commit to being a pro right out of the gate and do the things that pros do. Sure, in the beginning, it's going to be frustrating. It's going to be a little bit more difficult than maybe you anticipated, but as time goes by, you're going to get better and better and better and better. I don't know if you ever played sports or not, but when you go up a league in sports or you get to the rep team, at first, for the first couple of weeks, you get demolished and you're like, oh my God, should I even be here? But then you start getting really good because you're around people that are really good. The better the people you compete with, the more you're gonna up your game. That's it. That's my rant on Fiverr and Upwork and the gig sites. It's just not worth wasting your time. And if you need the extra income, just get another part-time job, or just set your profiles on there and forget about them. And one day you might wake up to an order, but if you don't, who cares? Because that's not where your career is going eventually. If you're watching this channel, I assume you want to have a career like mine. You want to do high-end voiceovers. You want to be competitive in this industry. So just don't even worry about these gig sites. Get on voices.com, voice123, get agents, and rinse and repeat over and over. Okay? And if you want help in this industry and you want to get around a bunch of other voiceover killers, I got a free community if you're interested in learning the basics and what it's all about. Then I got my premium community, VoiceOver School. That's where you're gonna find all the killers. So if you want to get around a bunch of killers and learn how to do this at a high level, join us. Other than that, you want to meet with me and maybe I can help you in your career, point you in the right direction, or if I can't help you, maybe I can introduce you to somebody that can. You can book a free 15-minute consultation with me in the links below. Other than that, thanks for watching my rant on this topic of Fiverr and Upwork, and if this offended you, good. All right, guys, that's it. That's all. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming up, and send this to somebody you think might get some help from it. All right? People helping people. Let's get this channel from what are we at now? 13,000. Let's get it up to 20,000. See if we can do that before the end of the year. As I stutter all the way through this, I'm a voice actor. Anyway, all right, guys, that's it. That's all. We will see you in the next one.